Okay, so it's, I have 4:06 on my watch to call the Public Works and Capital Improvements Committee meeting to order. And Swanjay is on the call as well. Is Brian
Yes.
here along with Pat?
Yes,
Okay.
Ryan and I
Yes.
are here. Tara's not, and we have two citizens.
Okay. So first thing I'll do is ask for a motion to accept the minutes of the February 22nd meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept February 22nd meeting.
Okay, I'll second the motion. Do you have any corrections, additions, deletions?
No, I don't see anything like that, so should be good.
Okay. Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote to accept the minutes. Swanjay Singh
Yes.
and Alderwoman Stacey Gould votes yes. All right, we'll move on to citizen comments. I ask anyone who's going to make a comment to please state your name and address for the record, please.
Hey, my name is Alan Ginglardy. I live at 1 Hunting Ridge Lane. Jill Brennan is representing me. She is our property manager.
Okay, so the floor is yours, whoever is going to be speaking.
I just wanted to ask, hi Stacy, the item on the agenda under new business, is that pertaining to our question, MSW collection?
That is,
Okay. Okay. Well, Al, I don't know if you want to start, but I just reiterate the email that I sent to the mayor and to you, Pat, that I believe Trading Cove Commons residents should be part of the collection program, the residential collection program, as they are not condos. They're similar to a mobile home park. They're all single-family residences. And I was surprised to find out that they were not part of that. It's a 55 and older housing development. And they all currently have to contribute to their fees to include garbage collection. They maintain their own roads. 55 and older, they have no children in school. They really have no other benefit that they're getting for their taxes. And
Well, they do pick up our recyclables. The city does.
right, okay, yeah, true, Al. Yep. So Al, that's what I have to say. Al, if you want to go ahead.
Well, I've been on and off this. I've lived here 6 years. I went to Public Works and talked to them years ago, and I tell you the truth, I wasn't up on everything, but it was explained to me that we were condos, and condos you don't get. You're considered, if you're above 4 units, even though we're detached, we're not attached. You can get a dumpster and they'll come and pick it up, but not individual garbage cans. So I bought into that, but then it came up again last month. Jill's our new property manager, and she came up with, you saw it in the letter to Mr. Nystrom, and we're getting asked again, why are we being separated out? Why can't our garbage be picked up too? The trailer park over by the old Ain't P, their garbage pickup, the one in Mohican Park area, that's picked up, but yet ours, we have to pay $5,901 on top of our taxes And I understand that wasn't explained to me, that just like police and fire and school tax, it's added into the property tax. I used to live in the CDC, so I paid I think it was 79 every 2 months. And now if you split this up, it's around 84. But we're all on fixed incomes, all retired. We're limited income to get in here, and it just help. I mean, we're already paying it. We just got to be added to the schedule for the truck to come in and get it. And Sterling, I think we got Sterling Silver now services. Their truck has no trouble. They come in, pick up the garbage, and off they go. I think that's about what I have.
All right, well, we appreciate your comments and concerns, and I'm sure we'll hear some more about.
I'm sorry. The one other thing too is I never knew we are not considered condos. We're considered a planned community. I even called Hartford, who helped fund this, and I explained it to the planned community lady. She agreed with me, but said our fight is really with the city. She is just funding. So I thanked her and moved on.
And do you have individual cans provided by the city, or do you use a
No.
dumpster?
We have our own bought garbage cans. We do have the blue recyclables provided by the city. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 8, if I'm not mistaken. And they're centrally, like where I'm at, 4 houses use 2 blue containers, garbage, like blue garbage cans.
And how many units are in your complex?
35, all separate. Right across the street's Teddy Lane. We're basically like them. They're a neighborhood. We're a neighborhood.
But you share your recycling bins?
Yes, yes.
I don't think they were ever asked, Stacy. I think the city just provided them. I don't know how the number was determined, but the city provided it.
I did call the city one time to see if we could get an extra one, because where I'm at, there's 4 units and we got 2 cans. Down the 31 other ones have 6 cans. And I say, can we get an extra one? And the city said, we'll sell you one for $90. And we didn't buy it.
All right, but you have individual garbage pails for each unit?
Of our own, we purchased from
Right,
Walmart.
Yeah, they're all individual. They're all picked up. Their homes. They're individual single family residences, and they all have their own cans that are picked up, just like a mobile home park.
Okay. All right, and anything else that you would like to add?
Oh boy, not that I can think of. I appreciate anything that can be done. I mean, you're already getting the money. We just ain't getting the service. That's all.
All right. Is there anyone else who would like to speak under citizen comment this afternoon? Is there anyone else who'd like to speak under citizen comment?
I'm good.
I'm done. Al Ginglardy's done.
Okay, well, I want to thank you both very much for bringing your concerns to our attention. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yep, thank you for having us.
All right, since there were no other citizen comments, we'll move on to old business, public works project update.
Brian, you want to go through the projects today?
Yeah, sure. The Sherman Street Bridge, the bids are still under evaluation, the same as they were last month. We're working on that, or in conjunction with the DOT. We also are starting up in the process of restarting the Dunham Street project. They should be out there, and they should be getting going with the installation of the granite curb relatively quickly. At the same time, they will be doing utility relocations, and the project will finish up with the pavement rehabilitation later on in a couple months. 23 Union Street, we have several projects going for that building. We are about to start the renovation of the the basement floor conference room. We're in the process of designing and getting together a bid package for accessibility improvements for the outside, and we're currently about to put out a PO for the roof replacement, which is has been much needed, and will help with the leaky roof that they've been dealing with for quite a while over there. So that's about to get going, and that should be starting up within about a month or so, I believe. The end of April, I think, is when the materials would be available. The other projects that were listed on last month's minutes, I don't know, Pat, if you wanted to talk about the Uncas Leap, the Heritage Park project, or.
Well, they were doing survey work last week. They're starting the design process, and they're also were identifying some areas for a little more soil testing. But the design is underway for that.
Yeah.
In the Mohegan Park playground equipment, nothing's changed. That's on order. We don't want to remove the old equipment until the new stuff is just about here. The fitness course equipment doesn't seem like the lead time is quite as bad on that. So we should have that within a month or so is what the company has indicated. And the disc golf expansion, we're kind of going through some coordination with the gas company. Even though we're not really building much across the gas line, we are going to be traversing it with a small tractor for some of the construction. So they wanted to get all the information and, kind of scrutinize that process of what we're going to be doing across their gas line. So that is coordination's underway. The paving plants are going to open up here on April 1st. So won't be long before we're getting going with the paving operations.
And we've also started, I believe survey has started, and design will follow for both sections of New London Turnpike, the section north of Route 82 and the section going down to Montville are both underway at this point.
Okay, that's probably about it for projects.
Okay, any
Question?
questions?
Yes.
Any question?
On Union Street project, are we also doing the technology upgrade? Like we talked about those, like at least getting wiring and stuff done while everything gonna be open up in there. That's also part of it, this project?
I don't know how much of it we'll be doing in-house. It's not part of what the contractor is doing.
But it's being coordinated with the IT department, yeah. To
Yeah.
run the cable through before
Okay.
we put the new ceiling in.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And which asphalt plant do we use?
Typically, well,
or is it the contractor who used certain plant?
yeah,
Right.
for the city paving project that, contract with Pastriac, he could buy it from any approved plant, but he typically gets it from AEN and also from his own plant.
Oh.
When our public works guys buy bituminous materials, we typically always buy it from AEN, but I don't know, we might have to revisit that a little bit based on pricing, because I just saw their pricing for the coming season based on they bid through the Capital Regional Council of Governments, and seemed a little bit high. So we might have to look at some alternatives for our in-house type work.
Okay. Sounds good. And thank you for fixing the school sign, which was down by, I think, Lincoln Avenue and Sachem Street. So that has been fixed.
All right, anything else, Sanjay?
No, thank you.
Okay, moving on to property dispositions. Pat, do we have anything for property dispositions?
Well,
I
I
know the
could just,
bid went for Washington Street.
yeah, I could update you on that. So we had arranged a time for any interested party to come in and look at the building last week, and nobody showed up. So
Mm-hmm.
we are going to try to publicize the RFP greater through other channels, also extend the time, and then make it, we basically put out an addendum extending it to, I think, May 13th. And also telling any interested party to contact Bob Castronova, and he can schedule a time where they can look at it instead of giving them a hard, fast time, just in order to try to be more open to, to anybody that's interested and can
Yeah.
meet the qualifications. So,
Yeah, I hate to see that property just sit now for the next dozen years.
yeah, it was kind of disappointing that nobody showed up last week.
Well, maybe by getting the RFP out to a wider audience and extending the time and having Bob be able to make appointments, so to speak, we'll get a little more interest.
Yeah, we've notified like the Historic Preservation Office to try to get them to promote it too. And whatever else, we're some other historic type property people, we were notified of the opportunity also. It's a large building. It's gonna take,
Oh, yes.
take a lot of resources to repair it.
It would be a big undertaking, but maybe there's somebody out there who has the wherewithal. All right, if we don't have anything else under property dispositions, we'll move on to new business.
Just a quick
Item-
question, Stacy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. Now, when they do these kind of listings, do they also promote it on social media, or can those be shared on city page on social media as well, just to maybe attract a few more people to just come and take a look, and it can travel word to mouth, as well?
I'm not sure exactly. But like I say, we have gotten it out to the historic preservation people, and hopefully that'll, attract the right type of developer.
Okay.
I'm not sure if putting it on like the city, I mean, we can suggest it. We can ask Jackie about putting it up on the city's Facebook page or something, just as I don't know what we've done in the past.
Well, I know the RFP would be up on the city's website.
Yeah, that's on the website, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also would be on the state DAS website then too. automatically when it's on our website.
Mm. Okay. I'm done.
Okay, thank you. All right, so now we'll move on to new business of the MSW collection.
Okay, I put that on there because of this inquiry from the Trading Cove Commons about trash collection. And pretty much everything they said, was factual. The city, basically, what the city had set up was that we don't generally pick up trash from condominiums. Anything with 5 units or more, the city, more than 5 units. For 5 units, we have picked up trash, but for more than 5 units, the city generally does not pick up trash. They do pick up recycling. That's why they have recycling containers. And they were classified as a condominium. And they were correct in saying that the trailer parks do get trash service. That was, I don't know, that's just the way it's been for, I don't know how many years, 30, 40 years or more. I'm not sure how long we've been picking up trash in the city, but it's been a long time. And the trailer parks were looked at more like individual units, like houses. So I guess that's why they were picked up. I'm not sure what the decision, what it came down to exactly, but this was looked at as a condominium. It seems like technically it's not classified from a state standpoint as a condominium. And one of the differences is that, well, one, the units are self-standing, but I guess in this type of a development, the owner of each unit is responsible for the roofs and the siding and things like that. Whereas in a true condominium, those type of maintenance issues are taken care of by the condominium associate or the association. I'm sure they still have some type of association, but it's just not, a condominium association. So that's the reason why the 35 units was not set up for trash collection back in, 30 years ago when it was built, or 25, I'm not sure the exact year, maybe 25 years ago when it was built. It's never received trash collection. And so that's where we stand today. There are over 1,000 buildings in the city classified as condominiums. So I think whatever decision is made regarding this development, may have impacts and implications on other units in the city. And, it's not something that to be taken lightly because of that, I would say.
I have few suggestions. May I, Stacy?
Go ahead, go ahead.
So here's the thing. The condominiums and apartments, these are basically definitions. And sometimes zoning has a different way to look at it. And building has a different way to look at it. So these things can be confusing, but we probably just have to go back, maybe ask Deanna or, zoning inspector to go back and see when it was established, how the way it was approved. Because, a lot of times, even though they are independent structures, they were part of the multi-family development or multi-dwelling development, which was more than, and that was the reason, because they have their own roads. City don't own those roads. So I think that'll be more question for them, even though I would love to help our seniors and everything. We just don't want to do something which can impact the much larger audience, and then I don't know what will be the fiscal impact of this if we do that. So my suggestion is we should just get some kind of clarification from our planning and zoning on why this was set up in this way and what their recommendations are, or because if it's a single family house, they should be getting all the facilities. And if it was multi-family development, with the 5 or less, they should be getting the facility. So we just need to go back and figure out how it was set up to make the right decision. And we should definitely try to see what will be the fiscal impact if all the condos, all the buildings which are condos, if we're gonna service them. Thank you.
All right, anything else to add under that, Pat?
We started to look at some of the what planning, I haven't gone back, but it was considered a planned unit development, I guess, which is a little bit different than a condominium. I didn't go back and try to find the minutes from when it was actually approved, but to see, because some of the plans for some of the condominiums, like the ones right next door to them, actually say, like, set on the Mylars, like no trash service. Now these, I don't think said that, but they didn't say the city was, I don't know if anybody said the city was going to pick up trash. Evidently not, because I mean, for 20 plus years now, the city has not picked up trash there. So, looking at some of the past the approval or whatever could be valuable. And also the overall financial impact. I didn't put that together now, but it's, it's these are 35 units here. And also the cost, then the carts, now, see, things were set up. It was the contracts, we're in the 6th year now or whatever. In the initial stages, all the carts were provided by Willimantic Waste as part of the contract. But then after like the first year, that number, that was pretty much established. Okay, this is how many units we have. This is how many carts there are. And then from that point forward, the city has to pay for each additional cart at $90 a cart. So, just the initial startup cost here would be, almost $3,500, for just providing the 35 carts. Not to mention the monthly charges.
Right. All right, if there's nothing else under that subject.
So I can look into some of those details more.
Also, we should check how many planned. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Also, we should check how many other planned development units we have in Norwich. Because if we are doing it for one planned development, then
yeah,
you don't want to treat them differently.
Yeah, that's a little bit unclear from the notes in the planning office, but it seems as though there might be one or two more, but it's not clear, because even the notes from them say, they call them condos in some areas, like Starwoods is another one over on Star Street. In one place, it says that was a planned unit development, but then it calls them condos in another place. And I know we don't pick up the trash there either. So just the
Right,
notes
and
from there make it difficult to follow.
would the assessor's office have any information that might be helpful?
He had, I'd have to look back at his email. He had, he had weighed in on it at one point.
So my actually recollection of condos is, and I might be wrong, but let's say it's a 4-unit house. There are 4 condos or 4 apartments attached to each other with garage at the bottom and then living space and then bedroom space, but they all attached. So from outside, it will look as one big building, right? One square, put it that way. But if they have fire separation in it, by building code, you can call those as individual condo units. And you can sell them individually. And these ones might be called condo because the intention of that developer was to sell them individually. So it's not called multi-family housing. It's called condos because if you want to sell it, you can sell condo individually.
I mean, so it looks like Jill would like to say something again. I guess you could suspend the rules and allow that or not. But I know Stacy can't see, doesn't have audio,
Yeah.
video, so
Yeah,
probably can't see the fact that she's got her hand raised.
no, I can't. I'm having, that's why I'm on the phone. My computer is decided not to work today. So we'll suspend the rules to allow, is it Bill or Al?
Well, Jill's the one with her hand raised.
Oh, Jill, I'm sorry. I thought you said Bill. And I
Oh,
didn't know who
Jill,
was.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I just wanted to clarify, hi, thank you, Alderman Singh, also. I wanted to clarify the condo planned unit argument. That's the world I kind of live in as a property manager. So these types of developments, the correct classification is found in their documents, how their declaration recorded on the land records. So condominium complex will be called condos, condominiums. A planned unit development will be called a planned unit development, such as Trading Cove. I would be surprised if there were any other planned unit developments in Norwich, like Pat, like you said, maybe there's one. They're not very common. This was built under special statute, state statute, as an income affordable housing, basically. So I'm not sure, but that's the distinction. And even assessors sometimes don't get it right. Norwich assessor does not have this correct with it, because condo, everyone knows what a condo is. Nobody knows what a planned unit development is, especially in this area. In bigger cities, and they're a little more common. They're not so common out where we are. So there's not even a lot of them in Connecticut, really. There's, there are more, but not. Condominiums are definitely by far what are prevalent, and that's what people are used to, and so that's why they get incorrectly classified. I just wanted to make that distinction.
Thank you.
For that, Jill. Okay, if there's nothing else under MSW collection, is there any other new business that needs to be brought before the committee this afternoon?
I don't believe so.
No other new business? Is there any other business that we need to discuss at this meeting this afternoon? Okay, so I guess, Pat, you have a little homework to do as far as this issue with Trading Cove Commons, and we'll be happy to get back to Jill if it's going to be the contact person.
Yes, that would be fine. Stacy, either myself or Al. I think you have both of our emails. I'll send you another email now just so you have it. And we appreciate you listening to us today. Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming to the meeting and bringing this issue forward. So if there is nothing else to come before the committee, I'll accept a motion for adjournment.
I just have one more thing, Stacy, sorry.
Okay,
Pat,
go ahead.
why don't we also ask, because now there are new terms coming, like even the development that happened in Salem for senior housing, they don't call it senior housing, or they call them age restricted housing. So there are new terms and abbreviations which are coming now. We should have a list, like what services we gonna give to what category. Uh, that could be a future thing. Let's resolve this ASAP for them. But we should definitely have some kind of, structure for us, so it's easy for us to,
Yeah,
understand ourselves. Yeah.
I think the differentiation here would be the planned unit development. I'm not sure, Brian, if you know what the new term, if there's any, I mean.
Well, I know active adult community is another popular one for the age restricted 55 and older. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I haven't heard any other designations aside from that.
I mean, typically we go by, for the solid waste, we go by if it's 5 units or less, we pick up the trash. If it's more than 5 units, we don't pick up the trash. But except for trailer parks and now maybe possibly the planned unit developments. But I don't think we change anything for condominiums or, But I will, that'll be part of the
Homework.
the analysis.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so again, if there's nothing else to come before the committee,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
okay, I'll second the motion to adjourn at 4:45. We'll do it by roll call. Swanjay Singh,
Yes.
Stacy Gould votes yes. So we are adjourned at 4:45. Thank you, Pat and Brian and Leon.